we said earlier, he's handled the pace better and he's boxed at his pace. Dalakliev, okay, he's getting the odd shot here and there, but he's not. Oh, that's
and he's in a bit of trouble here in the third round. He was caught by the right hand, going backwards. He was off balance, but he looks well out of sorts here tonight. Dalakliev goes all the way around the ring, and Baziz is going to close him down.
Once Dalakliev, to be quite honest,
and again he's caught. Same as the damaging shot in the previous round, actually.
But I think he's got to apply more pressure. The pace seems.
مرحبا بكم متابعي صفحة بالعربي في مقطع جديد، والذي سنتابع من خلاله نزال رائع جدا للملاكم الجزائري الكبير رضا بن باعزيز ضد البلغاري دالاكليف. لكن في هذا النزال سيمثل العالم الانجليزي او المدرسة البريطانية. قبل مشاهدة المقطع قم بوضع لايك، هذا نريدكم مزيد مقاطع في الفترة المقبلة، نريدكم التعريف بهذا البطل ويستحق الشباب يشاركوا المقطع. للإشارة البطل الجزائري في الركن الأبيض والإنجليزي في الركن الأحمر، فلنشاهد معا.
So the much anticipated first appearance in World Series Boxing in 2015 of Dalakliev, one of the most accomplished performers anywhere in world boxing at this level. Baziz, the opponent, has had his moments. An old hand in this format, certainly. By all accounts, once proved a real handful for Italian star Domenico Valentino of Italy. And Dalakliev is just offering a little bit of respect, perhaps according to the status of his opponent here.
He's in against a southpaw, Baziz, who's got a very low guard and typical southpaw style, in that a lot of southpaws sit back and they try to make the orthodox opponent, which Dalakliev is, they try to make them lead and fall short. So he's a counter-punching southpaw, and that's the trap that he sets with those low hands. He's inviting Dalakliev in, and then he'll come back with his counters. So I think Dalakliev, he will have come across this type of opponent many times before, and knows that he's just got to tread with caution here early on and just take a look at Baziz.
That 60-kilogram category these days for Dalakliev. Mostly campaigned at bantamweight, of course. Some of his finest moments have come in that division. But let's remember, all the way back in 2003, he was already good enough to win a bronze medal at the World Championships.
Dalakliev, Paul, will have had over probably 200 or so international contests. So a very, very experienced man. His strength, and when he was in his prime, is definitely as a bantam, but nevertheless, even at 60 kg here, lightweight, you've got to respect what he's done and what he's won. World champion in 2009, remember. So yeah, he's a class act, but he's in against a tricky opponent.
Yes, he is, Richie. And Baziz looks a very well-organised performer himself here early on. Confidence perhaps is being questioned in the Algeria Desert Hawks camp at this stage of the tournament overall. As a group, they found it so hard to collect points. Only one successful bout in the whole tournament for his team so far. But maybe Baziz is saying, here, enough's enough, and I'm going to go out and do something here.
He's boxing a clever fight, Baziz on that back foot. Yeah, finding his range, and Dalakliev keeps moving round to his right, and so he's inviting the straight left hand. He's got caught a couple of times, and I would say this has been a Baziz round, to be quite honest.
In inverted commas, foreign signings for the British Lionhearts team. It is a feature of the competition right across the board that all the teams not only have to sign incoming fighters from abroad, but actually put one of them at least in every match team.
One of the problems that an orthodox boxer has against the southpaw style is distance, and he just can't seem to find the distance with his right hand here, Dalakliev, and it's a common fault and common mistake. He's probably starting the attacks from too far away. He's not getting into range, but when he finds he's getting into range, he's being caught with that lead hand of his opponent. So it is a problem, but I think he's got to apply more pressure. The pace seems to be suiting Baigzi's. He's slowing it down, working well from the centre and keeping Daalakliev on the outside, and he's boxing a clever contest here. Daalakliev, Paul's got to go through the gears. He's got to...
It's very unsettled here tonight, Richie. I'm astonished, actually, given his background, given all his experience. He's in tonight, we should point out, for Joe Cordina, who was the starting lightweight this season for the Lionhearts. Cordina lost to Oleg Krutki of Ukraine. Ottomans edging out the Lionhearts 3-2 in the second match in this Group A. It's such a tight group. There are two unbeaten teams, the Cuba Domodors and the Ukraine Ottomans. And it's going to be hard, we know that, for the Lionhearts to make that third spot or better it to qualify for the latter stages. The great thing about this is that every single point counts. You can win the match, but still the losing side can go away with something. The Lionhearts have kept in touch by doing that in the previous two matches. 2-0 up overall in this match, and I don't think anybody really fancied that Daalakliev might be the one to struggle, but I don't think he's got anywhere near his rhythm so far, Richie, has he?
No, there was just a touch of class there, what Daalakliev did there. As he went back, he caught his opponent with a lovely little left hook. Sneaky little shot, but he's not doing enough, Paul. He's got to go through the gears a bit more here, Daalakliev. And I think he's got to double up his attacks. The single attacks, Baigzi seems to be handling with no problems at all. And he's even growing in confidence now, Baigzi.
Racking up the point, surely, Baigzi.
Yeah, this has been his round again. There's that left uppercut to the body. It's a good shot as well from Baigzi.
Out of sorts, Daalakliev. Whoever, you've got to be able to fight, and we know Daalakliev can fight. But he's living off his reputation at this point in this fight, and it might not be enough. Walking forward a little bit more purposefully early on, Richie, perhaps. Lee Pullen's body language might have got the message through. Baigzi, as we understand on the cards, is now 2 rounds up in this contest. Rightly so, actually.
Yeah, he's boxed very well. I think what's been key, we said earlier, he's handled the pace better and he's boxed at his pace. Daalakliev, okay, he's getting the odd shot here and there, but he's not. Oh, that's
and he's in a bit of trouble here in the third round. He was caught by the right hand going backwards. He was off balance, but he looks well out of sorts here tonight. Daalakliev goes all the way around the ring, and Baigzi is going to close him down eventually. Looks a light of former years, perhaps, Richie, suddenly at 31, and we know how quickly the light can dim. Is this the night that it's dimming for Daalakliev? Against all expectations here, it would be quite a story, quite an upset if that is the case. But I have to say, he looks a shadow of the man we admired at senior World Championship level not so very long ago.
Well, he went out to Luke Campbell in the 2012 Olympic Games, 16-15, the quarter-final stages. I mean,
Campbell, one of the brightest young professional prospects anywhere at this moment in time.
And obviously Campbell went on to win the gold, so that just shows you how good this fella is. But it was at bantam, now he's up at lightweight.
That could well be a part of it as well, absolutely.
And he looks to be in against a fully fledged lightweight here, who's a clever boxer. Take nothing away from him, he's applying the right tactics, finding the right shots. He's a skillful kid.
Campbell, of course, holds 2 outstanding victories over Daalakliev, going back a couple more years to the European Championships.
Yeah, in 2008,
That's correct. At this moment in time, it's all happening a little bit too slowly in this fight for Daalakliev. The instincts are still there, but Richie, when he has closed the range down enough, suddenly he's just not been able to pull the trigger effectively. Very tentative when he does get into range.
He hasn't been spiteful enough on the inside, Paul, has he? Hasn't really applied pressure and closed the gap down. decided to stay more or less at mid-range, mid to long range, and picking the odd shot here and there, but it's nowhere near enough.
Baigzi's has not quite been as effective perhaps in this third round as previously, but it's hard to argue the case for Daلاكليف, I think.
I don't think he's won this round either, Daلاكlيf. Hasn't done enough for me.
Daلاكlيf needs to summon up something from his glorious heyday here. I did question early on, Richie, whether Baigzi's was putting an awful lot into the first two rounds. I don't think there's any doubt that at this stage of the competition, the tempo, the intensity has dropped from Baigzi's. That may help Daلاكlيf to get into this, but at no stage has he really made an impact or threatened to dominate.
I don't think he's gone through the gears once, Daلاكlيf, to be quite honest.
Again, he's caught. Same as the damaging shot in the previous round, actually. Being flummoxed by the southpaw stance for a start.
Yeah, just can't get to his man. He's never really sustained the pressure.
I find that astounding, actually, that something as basic, and we know that it can be a puzzle to work out, but of all the identikit boxers you'd put together, a man with Daلاkliyev's experience, you would always say he is going to have the know-how to work it out after a round or two. It hasn't happened in this contest.
No, it hasn't. And that's, as you said, Paul, that's the surprising part about it. Boxers like Daلاkliev, they do find a way. He's a quality, he's a former world champion. He will have come across this style before, but he just can't work out Baigzi's. And everything he's trying, it's failing.
I guess you could say as well, Richie, what a compliment indirectly it pays to the likes of Lomachenko, who was a former star of the WSB, of course, who did it in 2 weight categories. Daلاkliev has tried to do it here. We've seen him in the lightweight division, and the contrast between his best nights at bantamweight could not be more stark here, I don't think.
Well, Lomachenko was exceptional, wasn't he? He wins a world title in his 3rd professional contest. That just shows you how seasoned he was turning pro. But as an amateur, 2-time Olympic champion, 2 different weights, yeah. He was a class act.
By contrast tonight, Daلاkliev has been wide, wild and slow, and Baigzi's, whenever he's needed to, has picked him off. Richie, he should be forcing the issue, shouldn't he, Daلاkliev? He's happy to keep it low and at relatively sedate pace here.
He's not really coming forward at all. He's just prepared just to stay on the outside. See, that's a little bit better. There he should go again. It's that double attack he needs.
Doesn't look like he's got it, Richie.
Like we said, the single attack isn't enough against a man like Baigzi's, who's got a low guard. You've got to keep that pressure on, double it up.
Last few seconds of this round, and we are building up here to a major shot. Syrian championship medal in 2014, about his best achievement. Mediterranean champion before that in 2013, of course, Baigzi's, but on all known form, Daلاkliev was a big favourite. Baigzi's has a winning lead overall to this point. Almost at the point now where Daلاkliev has got to produce a stoppage.
Look at the confidence of this kid now. Look how low his hands are. He's inviting Daلاkliev to throw shots. Look at this. This is good work for him. That straight left hand there. And then he comes back with a right hook and another straight right hand. Lovely work from Baigzi's, who's totally in control.
Yes, he is. I fear this will also provide a little bit of a selection dilemma for Robert McCracken and the men in charge of the British Lionhearts team. This fellow Daلاkliev brought into the team this season, Richie, for this lightweight division, and if Cordina is to be out for a while, where do they go next? On the basis of what we've seen in this performance tonight, Daلاkliev well out of sorts. Of course, there is Luke McCormack. I think Luke will be training with a little bit of an extra edge in the coming days as well, on the basis of what we've seen from Daلاkliev tonight.
Yeah, Luke McCormack, tremendous young prospect. He's been injured of late, but now he's just getting back to punching, and he should be back in the ring within the next few weeks. He wants to get in and wants to box in WSB. Terrific prospect, Luke McCormack.
Might be getting a call sometime soon, I fancy, while they work out how to relight the fire for Daلاكليف, because it's burning low right now, clearly, at the age of 31. Sad to say it, but it happens.
I think we have to give credit, as we have been doing, Paul, to Baiziz's performance here. He hasn't been intimidated with Daلاكليف at all. He's gone out and boxed his contest, and he's done it very, very well. He's boxed it mainly at range. He's made Daلاكlيf miss, and he's gone back and he's caught him. He's put the pressure. Oh, another good shot again.
It's not going to be ruled a knockdown, actually, but time and again, Richie, Daلاكlيf has been caught off balance in this fight.
And his repertoire of punches, from the jab to the left uppercut, his right hook. There he is again.
A little bit of roundhouse stuff in there as well. Confidence sky high at this moment for Baizizz. Last 20 seconds. 20 and less seconds from one of the biggest wins of his career, surely. Lionhearts were in control of the contest overall tonight here in Group A, on a night when they need all the points on offer. But this may well provide the Lionhearts.
متابعي صفحة بالعربي، نشكركم على مشاهدة المقطع. لمتابعة المزيد قم بالدخول للصفحة، لذلك سوف تجد العديد من المقاطع التي أتمنى أن تنال إعجابك. ونرى التعريب هذا البطل، شارك المقطع. إلى اللقاء.